This guy is so invisible it's almost unreal. Even when the school's undisputed beauty sat on his lap, no one noticed. However, Shiraishi was completely terrified and scrambled into the corner to hide. He figured Kubo was just messing with him for fun, but when she heard that, Kubo realized Shiraishi had gotten so used to being invisible, so she made it her mission to help him get noticed. When their teacher asked a question in class, Kubo raised her hand right away, then said she didn't know the answer, but Shiraishi did. The teacher called on him. Shiraishi panicked on the inside. He had absolutely no idea what the answer was. Kubo quietly fed him the right answer at the last second, but even after sitting back down, Shiraishi was still shaken up. Just as Kubo was about to add him as a friend, her bestie suddenly cut in. By the time she turned back around, Shiraishi had already vanished. What Shiraishi didn't know was that he'd accidentally made a girl upset again. Sure enough, the next day, he ran into Kubo out of nowhere. She asked what he was up to. He said he originally came out to buy a game, but on the way he spotted someone handing out free tissues. He went over to grab a pack and got completely ignored like he wasn't even there. So Shiraishi started trying every trick he could think of to get the tissues. In the end, he figured out that just speaking up directly was the only thing that worked. Kubo asked what game he ended up buying. Turns out, the moment he finally got his tissues, Shiraishi got so excited he just sprinted straight home. Watching him be so genuinely adorable about it, Kubo decided she had to get a photo of him, but when she looked at the shot, even the camera couldn't detect his face. She got curious. Just how close would she have to get for it to work? Shiraishi was convinced it was impossible, so Kubo made a bet with him and pulled out her phone to try. She kept trying and trying. Nothing. She decided to inch a little closer. Then, all of a sudden, the camera snapped a photo. Their very first picture together. Kubo seized the moment and asked to add him as a friend. And just like that, Shiraishi got his first ever friend in his entire life. He was so hyped that he just kept staring at the chat window, though deep down he figured, even with her added, she'd probably never actually message him. Then, the very next second, a message from Kubo popped up. Shiraishi froze on the spot. The next day, Kubo put extra effort into getting ready, then secretly hid and waited for Shiraishi to show up. When she finally spotted him, she played it off like a total coincidence, but Shiraishi just had this blank look on his face, clearly hadn't noticed her hair at all. They ended up sitting together on a bench nearby, just talking. Then her friends suddenly showed up and interrupted them. When Kubo introduced Shiraishi, her friends finally noticed him standing there and were like, wow, lucky day. Shortly after, Shiraishi quietly excused himself. He figured even if he walked to school with Kubo, nobody would pay him any attention anyway. And honestly, he was right. On the way home that evening, the woman walking ahead of him didn't notice him at all. He was just about to step aside when a car drove past and absolutely drenched him in dirty water.